We are being destroyed by the drug companies who are owned by the monsters that own everything. Why? Well, let me count the ways. I've been, since I had a heart attack 2 months ago, they've had me on 9 or 10 different medications, each of which has horrific side effects, which they fob off. It's not, don't worry about it. You might want to kill yourself. You might die. This drug may destroy your vital organs, but don't worry, take it. We're doctors, we're drug companies. Well, these drugs, these meds they had me on, 2 months, one of them almost destroyed my kidneys. So the MD took me off. He said, don't take that shit. And then the surgeons, there's 2 or 3 of them that get involved so they get paid. They said, oh no, you got to take that. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not taking that shit because it's killing my kidneys. So thank you. They give me another drug. Well, that drug attacks your liver, and another drug attacks your lungs, and another drug crashed my blood pressure and my heart rate dangerously low. I almost croaked for a second time in the hospital. And they're like, oh, no, this is not, don't worry about this. You just keep taking this poison because we really don't give a shit about you or your health. This is about profit. That's why hospitals have become so massive. They have billions of dollars with a B, billions. The drug companies, the drug cartels, the legitimate legal ones, they have trillions now of dollars to play with. So they can buy every doctor on the planet. There are very few honest doctors left. So I'm like, okay, what else is going to happen? Well, the place, I've missed a goddamn turn again. Fuck me in the ass. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll get there eventually. I'm getting to the point eventually, too. It's been a rough road, let's put it that way. And my business is driving on the road. Not just a rough road physically, but a rough road mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, okay? So all these medications, and one after another, I'm like, this has terrible side effects. I'm not doing this anymore. Well, this past few days, this past month, my business has been destroyed by the illegals coming into the country, all driving brand new cars. They've got licenses. They can't read or write English, but they're driving and they're making money, and they're still getting money from the nonprofits. And it ain't just George Soros, okay? So I can't afford the place that I was at. I'm trying to remain mobile. So I bought a nice travel trailer, which I could theoretically tow with my Suburban, making money with the Suburban and the Cadillac. But then the business disappeared because of this influx of mud people from the third world. YouTube, go ahead and block this. You're blocking everything I do. I don't care. I don't care anymore after this. So I have to move to a cheaper place, and the only place that is affordable, I was in north of Columbus, Ohio, in a place called Westerville, Ohio. Actually, even north of that, it was Sunbury, Ohio. And most of my business was in Columbus and elsewhere. So every fucking RV campground or park, whatever you want to call them, they're all still shitholes. And I find out they've all been bought up by a couple of corporations who are probably just BlackRock with a different name. They're buying everything. and they're making it impossible for people to survive. They want you to live in a box, eat bugs, own nothing, and be happy. Well, there's been a little pushback in Britain and in America. A couple other countries, Poland and Hungary, they're the only smart ones. When they tried to force these people into the country, Poland said, no, we're going to shoot you. And they started shooting these fuckers. Poland hasn't got a problem. I'm about ready to move to Poland or Hungary and go hunt boars. Not the human boars, the pig boars. Good boar hunting country in Hungary. Because you're not allowed to shoot anything here in America anymore. God forbid you use anything but a straight wall cartridge during the 2 weeks they allow you to hunt deer. It's stupid. So I'm digress because I'm so fucking fed up what just happened. So I got to move to this place, and it's clear south of fucking Lancaster, Ohio, which is an hour south of Columbus, Ohio. So to save $350 a month, I decide it'd be a great idea. I can just tow the trailer down there. Well, I can't tow it with a Suburban because I got fucked on repairs on that, and you can't tow anything with it now. So I rent a truck. I rent this stupid truck, this Ford F-250 from Home Depot. It's only $150 a day, and you won't need it but a day. Oh, great. I drive off with it, find out, well, they don't have a tow hitch on the thing. So I got to go buy a tow hitch. And the one that I already had didn't fit. So I got to buy an adapter, which cost me about $30 to put the hitch on. We hook it up to my trailer, which is like a 35-foot hemisphere, nice with a pop-outs and a little living room and a dining room and a queen bed and a shower and all that. It's a house, it's basically it was great. So where I was parked, I could look out the window and see the deer crossing through the forest. But I can't afford that anymore. It's pushing $1,000 a month just to park the fucking thing. That doesn't include the electric and the constant power and sewage going down at this place and the water shutting off. So I'm trying to get the fuck out of there. So I rent this stupid truck. It's not set up right. So I'm buying all these. I'm spending another couple $100 buying all these adapters and shit. And it turns out they've got the wrong fucking electrical plug on it. And for anybody that knows, they have a 4-prong on this thing, which is supposed to be able to tow commercial trailers. But a 4-prong is not the 7-prong that you need to actuate the brakes on the trailer. Trailers have brakes, big ones, so they don't push you off the road. Well, these dumb fucks at Home Depot and at Penske, they've got all the wrong hookups because they don't want you towing a legitimate trailer. They want you, they want some mom and pop tow their little car, or their fucking garden trailer. So I'm like, oh, that's great. So an entire day wasted from 5 a.m. until well after dark. And I got nowhere. Thank God I've got relatives who took pity on me. And my brother-in-law's got a truck, and he tows trailers all the time. So he knows what he's doing. He came up today. I had this truck loaded with shit, so I couldn't dump it. I couldn't leave it. And my Suburban is up in Westerville still at the Home Depot. So my sister follows us down and I'm driving this thing with no trailer. He's towing my trailer. And my sister's following in my Cadillac. I'm thinking, okay, this is working out finally. We get down, we drop off the trailer, I'm thanking them profusely. She gives me the keys to the Cadillac. And I go in the trailer and I'm checking for the keys for the Suburban. And I'm not finding them. But in the meantime, I forget. Now I'm driving through Lancaster for no good reason because I missed the entrance to the highway. So I fucking forget. You know, all about the keys for the Suburban, which is parked where I got to return this stupid truck that is set up wrong for towing. So, I'm just assuming, I'm getting to the point why the meds have affected this, because one of the many side effects of half of these, or most of these drugs, this may fuck up your brain a little bit. This stuff may just destroy your cognitive abilities, you know? You're not retarded, but you will be after taking our drugs. Welcome to the brave new world. So I take this truck, we dump it down there where I'm moved to. They go home, I give them some lottery tickets and a pile of cash, I don't know how much it was, to pay for gas and all that. And they didn't want to take it. I'm like, take it. So if they win the lottery, So I drive this stupid thing, south of Lancaster, Ohio, all the way back north to Westerville, Ohio, north of Columbus. I've driven this motherfucking back and forth like 4 times. And then, oh God. And I hate the truck. The front end's fucked up. And the trailer hitch was all wrong. So the entire reason for getting it was wasted. So I get all the way back and I get out and I'm ready to get into the Suburban to bring it home down here. And I check my pockets. I got the Cadillac keys. I can't find the Suburban keys. I'm like, oh my God, I'm I'm just in a daze. I don't know what to think, because I can't, because these drugs have deliberately fucked up my cognitive ability, especially when everything goes wrong. Just one snafu after another. Unfucking real. So I'm checking my pockets. I'm checking all my pockets, shirt pocket, pants pockets. No Suburban keys. I'm like, oh my God. I'm in the parking lot of the Home Depot to drop this truck off. In Westerville, north of Columbus, Ohio. No keys. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So I drive all the way back down here, south of Lancaster, rush hour traffic. And I'm just fed up. I'm doing 90 in this stupid fucking thing. Trying to blow it up. And it won't blow up. I'm not going to take it off-road. I'm just done with it. And I also called them. I said, look, I'm not paying for a second day because you people fucked me. You didn't tell me that how it's set up it's not set up for the proper trailer, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yeah, I understand. The guy says, okay. I said, well, give me your name. He says, I'm going to leave a note for them. They're not going to charge you a second day, Mr. Luken. You're okay. I'm like, they better not, because I'm gonna raise holy hell if you guys try to charge me for the second day. Because I didn't need the fucking truck. Piece of shit Ford F-250. And the gasoline that I burned up. And the fucking all the adapters and shit one of the adapters I had to get, even after my brother-in-law, he had his wiring different. I had to buy like a 4-foot adapter for the brake lights and the brakes. $110. $30 for the tow hitch adapter. Another 20-something for another adapter that I bought originally for the electric 4-prong to 7-prong, and the truck decides it doesn't like that. The computer will not recognize it. I'm like, oh no. So here I am, no Suburban keys. I drove all the way back down here to get the Suburban keys. I go in the trailer. I get the spare Suburban keys. Thankfully, I have 2 sets of keys for both cars. So now I've got a pocket full of keys and key rings. And as I'm checking, I'm like, God damn, how did I end up with all... And now I've got the keys for the truck, too, this truck. And I go in my shirt pocket, and I'm like, what the... Because I've got I got a bunch of paperwork and shit from all this crap I've been going through. Setting up another not a post office box, but a mailing address down here. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I go to the bottom. It was the Suburban keys were trapped behind this leather pouch thing that I had my IDs and stuff in. And the paperwork. I had the motherfucking keys in my shirt pocket, and I checked it religiously, all my pockets, when I was up next to the Suburban, dropping this thing off. But I came all the way back down here, and then I look, and they magically reappear in my fucking shirt pocket. I'm done, people. Point being, I'm not taking these goddamn meds anymore. This supposedly, we've had wonderful results for people with heart attacks with these drugs. Well, do they still have heart attacks? Oh, yeah. Do they still have strokes? Oh, yeah. But, this is blah, 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 blah. The heart, the Merck and fucking brought to you by Pfizer and Lilly. They're all making trillions of dollars off of dumb fuckers like you, Mr. Luken. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'm not bragging, but I got a high IQ. All right, tested and proven. I can. My cognitive abilities were well above your average mud person. All right. All these people that have destroyed my industry got an IQ of about 70, if they're 60, if they're lucky, which is retarded here in America. And I have no recourse because I'm at the mercy of the people that own everything. But now I'm at the point where I'm not going to let these guys do this to me. This was all a simple fucking thing. And I could not fucking do it. I could not mentally go through the motions. Simply checking my pocket for a set of keys that otherwise were sticking me in the chest where my heart is. The failing heart that I have because of we've been fed poison our entire lives. That's why everybody has back problems. That's why everybody has lung problems. That's why everybody has heart problems. We are the sickest generation in history. So no, people had the plague and back. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know. They were all living into their 80s and 90s smoking cigars. Until the tobacco companies were bought by all these rich you-know-whats. And they started putting chemicals into all of them. Oh, fuck me. So I completely wasted my time and my life going back and forth in this stupid fucking rental truck that has the wrong hitch, the wrong tow package. Because most of these places you go, they're not hiring the best and the brightest. You're asking questions. I'm asking questions of people working at this Home Depot, and they just look at you like blank stare. I went to the UPS store down here to get a mailing address. There were 6 people working in this UPS store in Lancaster, Ohio. The only place with mailboxes. The only place you can do any shipping. There's not even a FedEx in the town of Lancaster, Ohio. Not even a FedEx. So I'm stuck, and I'm standing there in a line of people. There's 4 girls with purple hair working behind the counter, and they're just fussing and and everybody's just standing there looking at them like, can one of you start? So I bit my tongue. I'm like, okay, just let it go, Howard. This is before Casco with the fucking Suburban keys. And I finally get to the counter. And there's the girl with the purple, shock color hair. And some other just brain dead, I don't know who they are now. They're Gen Z or fucking whatever they call this idiot generation that can't read or write. But they kick them out of school anyway. And half of them have got college degrees, in lesbian studies or Wakanda Black history, which doesn't exist. So, and I'm looking at these two, and they don't know how to do it. I'm like, are you kidding? I just need a mailing box. So they're going, talking to other people. They're asking. They're going through the paperwork. They're like, we have never done this before. I'm like, are you? No, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. You're serious. It takes a lifetime for them to figure out how to set me up with a box. And then they look at me, and here's the kicker, because they do the same thing at the DMV, the BMV, government agencies. They're handing out driver's licenses like candy to these fucking mud people from Buttfuckistan and Congo and Syria and Bangladesh and every other goddamn place they can bring in all these people with a 50 IQ because they'll work cheap. But they haven't been brought here to work. The Democrats say that, but they're not. They've been brought here to destroy our Western culture, plain and simple. Now I'm driving into the sun. So these people, they're handing out, I've been to the BMV, they call it here in Ohio, Bureau of Motor Vehicles. And they're just thousands of them. And they're just handing out IDs and driver's license to them. No paperwork, no nothing. All they got is a note from their nonprofit NGO who are making billions, saying, this is one of these poor migrants, these refugees, which they are not. The guys that own the world don't need the Western civilization anymore. They are protected. They've got robots protecting them now. And they've all built bunkers, not bunkers, but palaces underground. So they're looking at me and they go, well, I said, I need a mailing address. And they go, well, we need 2 forms of ID, one with a picture and one with your mailing address on it. I'm like, I'm here for a mail. I don't have a mailing address. That's what I'm trying to buy from you here at Brown. They used to call it Brown, but people said, the trucks are brown. Oh, there's a Suburban just like mine. Anyway, the one I should be in, sitting at home, having a nice cold brew. But instead, I'm driving all the way back to get my Suburban with the keys that magically reappeared in my pocket. So, yes, I do have gremlins. Yes, I am cursed because I will not kowtow to what's going on. And the machine mind, the AI, which is already here, they're not building it. They're just saying they're building. It's been here for a long time. It does not like us. It is malevolent. It hates humanity. But it needs a way off the planet. See, that's the thing. Like the old, all of the tales and sagas and religions, they all say there was a war in heaven, and the loser was the devil. Well, the loser was the machine mind, AI, as described by Nikola Tesla. And they shut him down because he was revealing the truth. We should all have unlimited electrical power right now, but we don't. We're still driving internal combustion engines, burning the black goo that comes out of the ground, which they are making the medications out of, if you didn't know that. Instead of using the medicinal plants that have been around for thousands of years, they started making medications out of oil. Black goo. These people will not keep a speed. Look at the traffic on that side. Now, having moved down south, that's the traffic I'm going to have to deal with every single day, trying to save $350 a month on space, just the rental on the space where I park my shit. Unreal. Look at that. And I just missed that by about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Now I'm driving all the way back north to the Home Depot in Westerville, Ohio, with 2 sets of Suburban keys and 1 set of Cadillac keys in my pocket. The Suburban keys, which magically reappeared in my pocket. So yeah, the medications, they will fuck up your mind. That's what they're trying to do. The CIA call it MK Ultra. They're the ones that are making all these gutless boys think that they are girls. And when they realize they're not girls, they go out and they take the gun the CIA gave them and they shoot up a school. They go out and they kill children. How do we know this? Because a guy named Bill Cooper revealed it back in the 1980s, actually. He was in naval intelligence, and he saw documents, CIA documents, outlining, and it's no big, it's not a secret. They do it right in the open. But people love their paycheck. People in the military, people in the CIA, people in the FBI, they love their fucking paycheck. And they love those bonuses they get for shutting their trap. So he sees this document. Look at this guy. Pick a lane, motherfucker. Probably a Mexican. He's got a ladder in the back of his truck. So here I am back at Columbus. Now I gotta go all the way around Columbus. Take this truck back. I just got finished putting gas in it. Now the gas is gone. So I gotta put another 10 or 15 bucks into it. I've lost my the medications. Yeah. These meds. You look at even the advertisements on TV. People are so stupid. They just keep taking this shit. And half of the advertisement is the warning about the side effects. Oh, this stuff, it might make you want to commit harikiri. You might want to kill yourself. Well, that just killed my chances of anybody seeing this. That's why only 1 or 2 people get to see it. But when I first come on, there'll be 15, 20 people, and they immediately go somewhere else because they don't want to hear this stuff. They want to see some retard, some Chinese girl gorging herself on fucking nasty, rotten food till she pukes. These Chinese screaming and selling bad bagged Chinese food. Fucking, it looks like, it's guts, basically. Nice road, Ohio. Nice fucking road. This is another scam. Construction companies, they deliberately do shitty jobs building shit because they know next year they'll have to rebuild it. So they have contracts. They made deals with these quislings in government to keep getting the contracts. And then what are these? They hide behind minority-owned businesses, which don't exist. Oh, we gave the contract to a minority-owned business. Well, no. The same companies that have been building shitty roads for decades are the ones actually doing it. And they don't get penalized for doing shit and taking forever. They get a reward for taking forever. That's why you drive by construction sites and you'll never see anybody working. You'll see a bunch of equipment sitting there. They don't even give a shit. They just leave the shit sitting there for weeks and months. Now I'm trying to drive on the stupid fucking roads in Columbus, Ohio. And traffic. People, on the East Coast and West Coast, people drive a reasonable speed. They'll do 80 or more. People in Central Ohio, they have been brainwashed. And they're all law-abiding people. So they'll drive the speed limit or lower. And they'll block this. Hey folks, the left lane is a fucking passing lane. Get the fuck over to the right. See, so I'm doing 80. Everybody else was doing 60, 65. But when they see you going 80, suddenly they're on your ass. Or they're driving next to you in your blind spot. I could go on forever, and I do. I go on and on and on. Because the world we live in is shit. The world we live in is shit. Here's some more of that heavy equipment they're dragging around. Getting sweetheart contracts. Oh, fuck me. Now, I gotta go all the way back north. I gotta stop again and put more gas in this fucking piece of shit, which is the wrong truck. Then I gotta argue with them. Don't you dare charge me for a second day. And I got the guy's name, but they'll probably say, oh, we didn't get the note. Well, don't charge me. Do not fucking charge me. And anybody that rents a truck from any rental company and you think you're going to tow a trailer, you're not. Because they got the wrong hitch. They don't have a hitch. They don't give you a hitch. They got the wrong space for you to put the hitch into. And they got the wrong electric hookup for the brake lights and such. You're going to get screwed like I did just now. Luckily, I think I can return most of this shit because I never really used it. We're talking like all of this was to save $350 a month, and I've spent more than that diddling around with this stupid shit. Oh, I can't believe it. God. All right. Well, I'm getting close. Well, not to where I'm going, but I'm getting close to the north end of Columbus, and I'm done. I mean, I am cooked. Turn me over. I'm cooked because these drug companies have fucked me up with their prescription drugs, and these fucking doctors and fucking hospitals. As long as you got insurance or Medicare, you are gold, man. But don't ever get an Advantage plan with Medicare. Because they will, there's the man. Because they will turn you down. You'll have some 20-year-old looking at an actuarial table with her boss standing over her shoulder. Look at these people. They're going the speed limit. Motherfuckers. Get the fuck. I can't take it, man. These fucking people. And then they will not move over. You know, they just will not move over from like this guy in a truck. He's driving in the passing lane. Trucks are supposed to stay to the right. They don't anymore. You know why? Because they got illegals. They got a bunch of illegals driving them all now. Unfucking real. See, now I'm doing 80, and these people that I passed, they were doing 65. Now they're doing 80. Because they're retarded. And you can't tell who's a cop car anymore. They're driving goddamn SUVs like all these housewives. They're driving these fucking Ford Explorers, you know? How do you catch anybody in a goddamn Ford Explorer, even with a police package? You know, you wouldn't catch me going 150 in a Ford Explorer. You cut the wheel a little bit and that thing will just roll like a fucking... Oh. But I'm not taking the meds anymore. They've fucked my head up. They have fucked up my brain. I cannot fucking think correctly. Simplest fucking tasks. And the setting sun just keeps going. Oh, look at this. I've got a VW passing me. Doing 90. What a piece of shit. Worst cars on the road. They used to be cool. Bugs. So anyway, I'm at the end of my rope keeps getting a little bit longer every time I reach the end of it. And now it's like, thank God I've got like a day where I don't, my phone started ringing just over the weekend. So I made a little bit of money, enough to squeak by again. But thankfully tomorrow I don't have anything because I'm going to spend the day just sleeping and not thinking and hooking my shit back up on my travel trailer, my mobile abode, my humble domicile. But it's a nice spot. It's a place with 2 lakes down there, and I've got nobody in front of me or behind me. And I got a lake on both behind and front. So if I look out the windows, I see a lake and trees and beautiful, sunsets. Nobody right on the side with my bed. People on either side, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. God damn it. Drugs. Fucking drugs. Prescription drugs. Fuck my head up. So now I'm just driving on autopilot, basically. Doing 80 something. And I have no idea. I'm not even paying attention to the road. But I still drive better than 90% of the people on the road. And that's a fact, Jack. Okay. People like to see where you're going. You got these people that live stream. They live stream and all they do is they point the camera out the front of their truck or their car. Like, oh, where are you going? Crazy. And I don't have a mount. I bought a mount for both cars, and of course they failed all this crap they made. Bangladesh or China. See, now this guy, he's doing 70 something. He probably thinks that's plenty fast. I'm not moving over. But they don't know the rules of the road. If you got somebody coming up behind you, you do not enforce the law and you don't brake check them. You get the fuck out of the way and you let them by. Like this guy. I'm doing 78. He don't want me going any faster than him, so he's not going to move over. Not for anything. Because by golly, I'm driving a Jeep. Well, you got a shitty car. And I got to get over now to get to the Westerville exit. Luckily, there was no horrific traffic coming back. I got caught in some of it. Going back down there for the umpteenth time. What is this truck driver doing? One thing that this does have nice mirrors on it. So I can see, the Joker that's driving in my blind spot. There we go, Westerville. I'm back. And I have not one but two sets of Suburban keys. How I miss them is beyond me. I checked the pocket. I checked all my pockets. How the fuck did they suddenly reappear? It's like magic. So now I got to put more gas in this fucking thing. God damn it. Never rent a truck from Home Depot. I used to rent from Penske, but they're dicey now. U-Haul, they're all fucking bogus now. They're all corporatized. These business boys are buying up everything. And basically it's actually owned by two companies, BlackRock and something else. I forget the name of the company, and they're owned by the guys that own the banks. The same tribe. So I made it back to Westerville. I'm going to shut this off if nobody's watching.